good morning, wealth creation, investing traders and investors. Matt Buckley, the chief investment strategist here at WCI, and didn't get a Friday market wrap up out because I essentially wanted to see it all happen today. So, incredible weekend, mainly because of what happened in Greece. Shockingly, they voted narrowly for the conservatives, so essentially the grown-up party that we've been talking about. So they're essentially saying, okay, we want to grow up, we want to stay in the EU, and we want to fix our problems. Sold. I'm a seller of that, like you read about in Greek Selling Magazine. Huge obstacles remain to what's going on, and there's nothing to say that they're not going to whipsaw back. So, the Asia rallied yesterday on that news, but we're not. And let me get back to what we talked about last week. It's a perverse market. Now, our market rallied last week on horrible news. Why did our market rally last week on horrible news? Guess what? Because the Fed's meeting this week, Uncle Ben's meeting this week with his governors, and the market's thinking that the worse news, the better. The worse news that this market can have, the better, because that means Bartender Ben is going to give all the drunks on Wall Street another dose of liquidity, whether it's quantitative easing 3, Operation Twist Part 2, or as I'm dubbing it, Operation Snake Eating Our Own Tail. It's going to end badly. So I'm going to keep our powder dry in a couple of the model portfolios I'm monitoring, mainly because, good news out of Greece, who cares, but the socialist won in France. It's kind of not a big story that you're seeing here right now. So Hollande, he defeated Sarkozy, who was going to be the grown-up and deal with France's problems. Lost to Hollande, and all his socialists won this weekend, apparently. So the non-grown-ups are essentially going to be in charge of the continent's second largest economy. So, and obviously the other headline is Spain. So the Euro's fourth largest economy, Spain, is still having issues, and then Italy as well. So we're seeing our market under pressure this morning with the Dow down a little bit, the SPOOs down about 3, so relatively unchanged. But we want to keep our powder dry this week. We want to see what the Fed's going to do, and literally we're going to be parsing every word that comes out of the Fed's mouth, so to speak, and traders are going to look for any change in language that the Fed stands by or is ready to prop up our ailing account, whatever it is. You have to hang on every word that is said today. Also, in election news over the weekend, that really should be at the forefront of trading today is what happened in Egypt. Which is not good news at all. Yeah, we're talking about the economy and everything like that, but just let's talk about what's going on in the world. There are some freak shows in Egypt, and the military's tightening control over in Egypt. That's not good. So this whole Arab Spring that we talked about, and Hosni Mubarak being gone, well, sometimes the devil you don't know is worse than the devil you know. And the Muslim Brotherhood coming to power in Egypt will not be a good thing for the United States of America. I can tell you this right now. So, I'm glad we have disaster insurance on, because it's not looking too good out there. So a lot going on in the market. We have a lot of hedges in a lot of my various portfolios. We're short the S&P, long the dollar. We got a lot of nice hedges on, and as you folks have heard me say, on a down day, it should look like this. You should have some pinks, reds, greens, and light greens. So happy with the way our model portfolio is performing. Speaking of that, make sure you go to wealthcreationinvesting.com/WCWO, that's Wealth Creation with Options, -opt-in. Because tomorrow, after the close, Tuesday, June 19th, after the close at 4:30, I'm going to do an after the close webinar and really talk about everything that's going on in the world. Because you have to think strategically about what's going on in the world before you can trade tactically. A lot of you wake up in the morning and say, oh, wow, market's down a little bit, I'm going to trade some Apple. You're doing it wrong. And that's coming, like, who the hell is this guy talking to me? Let's take a look at one of my model portfolios that I started managing back on March 1st, and let's take a look at how it performed through today. And this is based on about $45,000 in haircut. Look at that, folks. $29,000 in model portfolio gains. That's a little nuts based on about 45. Let's even just say it's based on a notional $50,000 of haircut, but I want you to see how much of that $100,000 I'm actually using. Most of it's in notional cash. I'm not even using that much of it. So outrageous returns, and people lie, numbers do not. So take a look at the performance there, and it's just I'm loving life. So make sure you stop by wealthcreationinvesting.com/WCWO-opt-in and join me after the close tomorrow to talk through what happened in Greece and France and also Egypt, but more importantly, what's going to happen in Spain and also what the Fed's going to talk about this week, because I know many of you are worried. A lot of you guys are worried, and you want to go run out in the yard and put you bury your money about 6 feet deep. Now is one of the best times to be trading options. Why? Because of volatility. We thrive on volatility, and the fact that vol is going to be all over the place. Let's see what the VIX is doing right now. Our main altimeter for for what's going on with the volatility should see a nice little move up in the VIX today. It's down 2, which is unusual, but that's why you have to you shouldn't be trading this market solo. Let's take a look at what VXX is doing, because we have a couple hedges in our VXX. We're long-term bullish on volatility, but short-term bearish, which is perfect. Look at that. So let's take a look at some of our VXX positions, and that's exactly right. That's perfect. So I'm going to have to roll out some of these upside calls here since we're having a pullback today. So a lot of stuff going on, folks. Like I said, our model portfolio at Wealth Creation with options had a great expiration on Friday, captured a full 300% winners and no losers on Friday. So join me after the close tomorrow for a webinar. I'm going to talk through all this stuff, help you make sense of what's going on in the market, so you can potentially profit in this crazy market, and if anything, manage risk. So Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist here at Wealth Creation Investing, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 4:30 after the close. Have a great Monday.